Jabulo Publisher is a self-publishing entity which was initiated by me as a writer and my wife, who is also an entrepreneur herself. Why we started it? It started by chance. I'm a writer myself, therefore I've written books and I read a lot of books. I've done my own research and realized that there is a gap in the market, especially in the writing of indigenous books, in indigenous languages. Therefore, when I read a lot of books, I realized that there was that particular gap. I wrote a book and it was published. But the publisher could not understand my vision in terms of what I wanted to do. And therefore, as a result, I felt that the book was not getting a good publicity and also was not doing well. It's because of a wrong targeting market. Therefore, I resolved in doing it myself because I realized there is a gap in the market. When I did so, I took the same book and I published it myself under a new name, Jabulo Publishers, which we initiated with my wife, and that book became a success. And it was a sign for me that there is a way and there is a demand for such books. Yeah, the books that I'm writing are very, very special. There are two things that I'm trying to engage in these books. Firstly, is try to make sure that children who are speaking in vernacular languages have got material to read. Very exciting and interesting book. Therefore, and secondly is about heritage. There are a lot of indigenous knowledge systems that we've got, stories that has been inherited from the past that we are losing. Just to give an example, we talk about nursery rhymes. Nursery rhymes, a lot of people grew up singing, reciting them, enjoying them. But because a lot of them were not written, they've been passed from one generation to another, we've lost some of them. Therefore, I've realized that by doing my own research and capturing these particular nursery rhymes in a book format, I'm also preserving them as well as promoting them. The whole publishing industry is a difficult industry in itself. Publishing is very demanding and there are a lot of pitfalls. Therefore, as a creative person, I tend to have very creative ideas. Some of these ideas need to be tested, but because of the passion and the belief that people are going to love them, we become very artistic and you write them. And as you move in, you realize that maybe your audience is not with you. Every time you have to go back to the drawing board and refine your idea so that the audience there is going to accept it and is also going to enjoy it. Let's start with the first one, whether is there a future for the books. And a lot of people have written the books of thinking that maybe the digital age is going to render them obsolete. But books are very mythical. It doesn't mean that the technology that we've got is also is not going to work. It's going to work, but the book in itself is a special thing that if you are used to books, the minute you open the books, there are a lot of other sensory things that you get from them. From the smell of the book, from paging the pages and feeling it in your hand. Therefore, those are other experiences that people will love to keep. The book is a versatile material, but the content of the book can also be developed and also be utilized in the digital age in different formats. And therefore, the book is a versatile entity. It can be digitized for people to access it wherever they are. What inspires me? I'm inspired to see people enjoying especially their arts and culture. It always inspires me so that we can create something that people are going to enjoy. That inspiration is especially when you see, especially go to the library or go to a family, you see children reading. That inspires me a lot. It always says, let me go back and do more from that part. But also, I'm surrounded by people in the social sector where I am. There are people, there are stories, there is culture that is always around me. That particular culture always encouraged me to go further, to get into the archives of our culture through research, through the stories I've heard that I need to share. Therefore, at the end of the day, it's about sharing the knowledge that I've got. Because when you write, you share it with all the people who are going to read your books. You can find me at www.jabolopublishers.co.za.